Hello, this is Abhiram Palam with SS Multimedia. Our objective for today is comparing greater numbers. So let's get started with the video. So how we're going to compare greater numbers is we're going to use three different symbols today. One symbol is this, another symbol is this, and this symbol is this. So three different symbols, and you're probably wondering, hey, what do those symbols mean? These three symbols define which number is greater, less than, or equal to. Let me show you an example. Which number is bigger? So let's see. Let's look at the tens place. So the tens place, this one has 2. The tens place, this one has 7. So we already know 7 is bigger than 2. So our symbol would go like this. So we use the greater than symbol because 79 is bigger than 26. Let's use the same method here. We have the tens place here, which is 8 in the tens place, and 2 in the tens place. And we know 8 is bigger than 2, so our symbol would go like this. Now 34. So we look at it. We look at the tens place. 3, same. So we move on to the ones place. 4. So they're both the same, which means they're equal to. So the equal to means that they're both the same. And we already know 0, so that would be the same too. So this is what these symbols do. They show you which numbers are greater than, less than, or equal to. Now, let's say your teacher gave you a problem like 13 or 21 and asks you to say which one is bigger. I encourage you to look at the tens place first, because once you look at your tens place, you got your answer. And if the tens place and the other number tens place are the same, go to the ones place. Or if you're dealing with hundreds, go to the tens place, ones place, and how many spaces you go to. So use this method. It becomes a lot easier when you're doing it. Let's move on to our next example. List numbers from least to greatest. So again, let's look at the tens place on this number, 3. So the tens place for this one is 3, and then the tens place for this one is 9, and the tens place for this one is 2. Now let's list them. So least to greatest, never get tricked. Always look at this. Sometimes we write greatest to least and we get that problem wrong. So look at it closely. So least to greatest. So we know 2 is our least. So 234. So 234 is our least, comma. Our next one. So we have 3, 9. So we already know 3 is smaller than 9. So least is 385. And then our biggest one, 9, which is the last one that's left. So we're done with problem number 1. Alright, let me just fix that. So we are done with problem number 1. We listed it from least to greatest. Now let's move on to problem number 2. Let's note down the tens place first. So in this place we have 8. Sorry if you can't see that. We have 5 in this tens place. We have 3 in this tens place. So from least to greatest again. So let's see. Least one we have is 300 here. So 300. Second least is 5. So 567. And 898. Now, because we're using the tens place method, this is going faster. If we were to draw a big number line, that would take longer. You would have to first note down your numbers on the number line and then figure them out. That's why use this tens place method. So we have one less problem here. So the tens place on this one is 1. The tens place on this one is 2. The tens place this one is 1. So we came up with a problem which has two same number in the tens place. So let's say, like I said, we're dealing with hundreds here. So not. Oh my goodness. So we're dealing with numbers here. So we're gonna move on to the tens place. I said tens place for all of these. So I'm sorry. So hundreds place. So let's move on to the tens place. So let's see. One here, same. They're the same. So we cannot look at the tens place. Let's move on to the ones place. So we have one here, two here. So yay, we found out that this one is bigger. This one's bigger than this by looking at the tens in ones place. So let's note it down. So 111 comes first. And then this one, 112, because we figured out that one's bigger. And then our last one, 234. 234. Now, let's move on to one more example here. So I'm gonna write a number here. I'm gonna write 3,986, and I want you to see, and I'm gonna also write 187. Now, on the comments below, I want you guys to answer which one is less, which one is smaller, not bigger. And I encourage you to use the tens method that I showed you in this video about counting from hundreds if you're dealing with 100, or tens if you're dealing with tens. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share and comment down below about how we can make our videos better. And follow us on Instagram at SS Multimedia. My name is Abhiram Palam. If you want, please comment down below how I can make my videos better, how we can, and please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.